Rock history is full of big names, but the drummers who powered those hits often got left in the shadows. Some created the grooves that defined entire bands. Others built beats that became rock's DNA. These are 30 forgotten drummers who shaped rock history and deserve far more credit than they ever got. Number 1. Carl Palmer. When progressive rock pushed the limits of musicianship in the 70s, Carl Palmer was right there at the forefront. As the powerhouse drummer for Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and later Asia, he combined classical precision with rock ferocity. On tracks like Carn Evil 9 and Tarkus, Palmer's intricate patterns and lightning-fast rolls made the drums feel like a lead instrument, not just the rhythm section. He brought a showman's flair to the stage, incorporating massive kits, gongs, and complex time signatures into performances that felt part rock concert, part symphony. Yet despite his jaw-dropping skill and influence on generations of drummers, his name rarely appears alongside rock's most celebrated. Number 2. Hal Blaine. If you've listened to rock or pop radio from the 60s and 70s, you've almost certainly heard Hal Blaine, even if you didn't know his name. As a core member of the Wrecking Crew, he played on countless hits for the Beach Boys, Simon and Garfunkel, the Byrds, and dozens more. Be My Baby, Good Vibrations, Mrs. Robinson, his drumming was the glue that held these iconic tracks together. Blaine had a knack for crafting parts that elevated a song without overpowering it. His fills on Be My Baby alone became one of the most imitated drum breaks in history. Number 3. Ringo Starr. He was often dismissed as the lucky Beatle, but Ringo Starr's drumming was far more inventive than critics gave him credit for. With the Beatles, he shaped the feel of songs like Come Together, Rain, Ticket to Ride, through subtle swing, unexpected accents, and a distinct, laid-back groove that perfectly fit Lennon and McCartney's songwriting. Ringo avoided flashy solos, focusing instead on playing exactly what the song needed, a skill many drummers struggle to master. His inventive use of tom fills and offbeat hi-hat patterns quietly influenced countless rock drummers who followed. Number 4. Roger Hawkins. As the drummer for the Muscle Shoals rhythm section, Roger Hawkins anchored some of the most enduring recordings in rock and soul. From Aretha Franklin's Respect to Wilson Pickett's Land of 1,000 Dances and the Staple Singers' I'll Take You There, his pocket was deep, steady, and unshakable. Hawkins had a gift for making complex grooves feel effortless, blending precision with a relaxed swing that gave every track a natural pulse. His work crossed genres, but in rock circles, his contributions often went unnoticed next to the stars he backed. Number 5. Phil Rudd. In a band built on raw power, Phil Rudd was AC/DC's secret weapon. His drumming on albums like High Voltage, Highway to Hell, and Back in Black was the definition of rock solid. No frills, no unnecessary fills, just an unrelenting groove that let the riffs hit harder.
Hey mama, look at me!
Rudd's consistency was remarkable. His minimalist style made every beat feel bigger, giving AC/DC their unmistakable stomp. While guitarists Angus and Malcolm Young got most of the spotlight, Rudd's steady pulse was what made those songs swing instead of just plod. Before we keep going, let's hear from you. Which of these first 5 drummers left the biggest mark on your playlists? Was it Carl Palmer's prog rock fireworks? Hal Blaine's behind-the-scenes magic? Or Phil Rudd's unshakable groove? Drop your pick in the comments and share the song or memory that comes to mind when you hear their name. Number 6, Charlie Watts. While the Rolling Stones built their legend on swagger and grit, Charlie Watts was the calm at the center of the storm. His jazz background gave the band's rock and roll a subtle swing, turning simple beats into something that breathed and moved. On tracks like Gimme Shelter and Start Me Up, Watts kept the groove unshakable while adding just enough nuance to make the songs feel alive. He avoided flash, never overplayed, and always served the song, a quiet professionalism that anchored the Stones for nearly 6 decades. Number 7, Jeff Porcaro. With a touch that could make even the simplest groove unforgettable, Jeff Porcaro became one of the most in-demand drummers of his era. Best known for his work with Toto, he also played on hundreds of sessions, from Steely Dan's Babylon Sisters to Michael Jackson's Beat It. His halftime shuffle on Toto's Rosanna became one of the most studied drum patterns in history, blending ghost notes and subtle swing into pure magic. Porcaro's playing was precise, but never mechanical, always leaving room for the music to breathe. It's no wonder he became the go-to drummer for so many rock and pop greats. Number 8, Levon Helm. From behind the kit, he brought the band a rhythmic feel that was as soulful as his singing. Levon Helm's drumming on songs like The Weight and Up on Cripple Creek blended a deep southern groove with an almost conversational touch, making every beat feel personal.
And to the racetrack I did go.
Balancing lead vocals while driving the rhythm is no easy feat. Yet Helm made it seem effortless, locking in with the music while telling a story at the same time. His style wasn't flashy, but it carried warmth and character that became the band's heartbeat.
California,
Number 9. Al Jackson Jr. Known as the human timekeeper, he gave Booker T and the MGs their rock-solid foundation and brought that same precision to countless Stax Records hits. On tracks like Otis Redding's Respect and Albert King's Born Under a Bad Sign, Al Jackson Jr. laid down grooves that were simple on paper but impossible to replicate with the same feel. His drumming was tight, economical, and locked so deep in the pocket that the entire song seemed to lean on it. That understated mastery made him one of rock and soul's most trusted studio players, even if most fans never knew his name. Number 10. Chester Thompson. Long before joining Genesis on their massive tours, he was already a respected session and jazz fusion drummer. Chester Thompson brought precision, power, and adaptability to every stage, whether trading complex patterns with Phil Collins or driving the groove for Frank Zappa. On Genesis epics like Turn It On Again and Domino, his live performances added weight and energy that matched, and sometimes pushed, the band's studio recordings. Equally comfortable in intricate progressive arrangements and straight-ahead rock, Thompson became the quiet force that kept big, ambitious music locked together night after night. That's 10 drummers down, and every one of them left a unique stamp on rock history. Whose playing spoke to you most from this batch? Was it Charlie Watts' subtle swing? Jeff Porcaro's legendary shuffle? Or Levon Helm's soulful groove?
Straight down the Mississippi River to the Gulf.
Tell us your favorite and the song you think shows them at their best down in the comments. Number 11. Aynsley Dunbar. Before most fans had ever heard his name, he was already playing with legends. Aynsley Dunbar's career spanned work with Frank Zappa, David Bowie, Journey, Whitesnake, and countless others, always adapting his style to fit the music without losing his own identity. His drumming on Bowie's Pin-Ups and Journey's early albums showed an ability to balance technical precision with feel, moving easily between complex fills and steady driving rhythms. That versatility made him a first-call drummer for both studio sessions and tours, even if his name rarely made the headlines. Number 12. Chad Wackerman. Cutting his teeth in Frank Zappa's band was no small task, but Chad Wackerman handled it with a mix of technical mastery and fearless creativity. His drumming could pivot from intricate odd time signatures to tight, rock-solid grooves without missing a beat, making him a perfect fit for Zappa's constantly shifting compositions. Beyond Zappa, Wackerman worked with artists like Allen Holdsworth, proving he could bring the same precision and musicality to progressive rock and jazz fusion alike. Though he stayed mostly in the background, his skill and adaptability quietly placed him among the elite of modern drumming. Number 13, Richie Hayward. As a founding member of Little Feat, he brought a loose, rolling groove that was instantly recognizable. Richie Hayward's drumming on tracks like Dixie Chicken and Fat Man in the Bathtub blended rock, funk, blues, and New Orleans rhythms into something uniquely his own. He played with a light touch but incredible control, creating space for the music to breathe while keeping it endlessly danceable. That blend of technical skill and feel made him a drummer's drummer, admired by peers, even if the wider public never knew the name behind the beat. Number 14, Mitch Mitchell. With a jazz drummer's finesse and a rock player's fire, he gave the Jimi Hendrix Experience a rhythmic foundation that was anything but ordinary. Mitch Mitchell's fluid, improvisational style on tracks like Manic Depression and fire wove around Hendrix's guitar lines rather than simply backing them, turning the drums into a second lead instrument. His use of dynamic cymbal work, rapid snare rolls, and constant movement kept the music alive and unpredictable. Mitchell's inventive approach helped define the Experience's sound, even if Hendrix's brilliance often overshadowed the man driving the rhythm. Number 15, Will Calhoun. Bringing explosive energy and precision to Living Colour, he proved that rock drumming could be both technically dazzling and deeply groovy. On songs like Cult of Personality and Love Rears Its Ugly Head, Will Calhoun fused hard rock power with jazz-influenced fills, crisp cymbal accents, and funk-infused backbeats. His versatility allowed the band to shift seamlessly between aggressive riffs and complex genre-bending arrangements. While Living Colour's bold sound earned critical acclaim, Calhoun's role as the rhythmic engine often flew under the radar, despite his playing being essential to their identity. "15 drummers in, and we've covered everything from prog rock showmanship to funk-infused precision. Which one from this set impressed you most? Was it Aynsley Dunbar's versatility, Mitch Mitchell's jazz rock fire, or Will Calhoun's genre-bending grooves? Share your pick in the comments, and let us know the track you think best captures their talent. Number 16, Nicko McBrain. When he joined Iron Maiden in 1982, the band's sound shifted into overdrive. Nicko McBrain's drumming on albums like Power Slave and Somewhere in Time combined relentless speed with a swing that kept even the most complex gallops feeling fluid. His single bass drum technique, executed with remarkable precision, became a defining part of Maiden's signature sound. Whether powering through epics like Rime of the Ancient Mariner, or locking in tight with Steve Harris's bass lines, McBrain proved that technical skill and rock-solid timing could go hand in hand. Number 17, Matt Cameron. Before joining Pearl Jam, he was already making waves as Soundgarden's rhythmic backbone. Matt Cameron's drumming on tracks like Jesus Christ Pose and Spoon Man showcased his mastery of odd time signatures and shifting dynamics, giving the band's heavy riffs an unpredictable edge. In Pearl Jam, he brought the same precision and creativity, tightening their live sound while still leaving room for spontaneity. His ability to adapt across two of rock's most influential bands is rare, and yet his name is still far less recognized than the music he's helped shape. Number 18, Mike Bordin. With a tribal, tom-heavy style, he gave Faith No More a rhythmic identity that set them apart from their peers. Mike Bordin's drumming on songs like Epic and Midlife Crisis blended hard rock power with percussive textures influenced by world music, creating grooves that were as atmospheric as they were aggressive. His unique left-handed setup and heavy use of cymbals added to his signature sound, making his parts instantly recognizable to fans. Even when backing Ozzy Osbourne, Bordin's distinctive feel came through, proof that his style was more than just adaptable, it was unforgettable.
You're number 1!
Number 19, Brian Downey. As Thin Lizzy's original drummer, he was the steady heartbeat behind their twin guitar attack. Brian Downey's playing on tracks like Jailbreak and The Boys Are Back in Town balanced driving rock power with subtle swing, giving the band a groove that set them apart from their hard rock contemporaries. He could hit hard without overpowering, weaving tasteful fills and crisp cymbal work into the spaces between the riffs. Downey's consistency across studio albums and relentless touring kept Thin Lizzy tight, even if his contributions were often overshadowed by the band's frontline guitar heroes. Number 20, John Wet Daddy Stewart. As the longtime drummer for Fishbone, he powered a band known for jumping between ska, punk, funk, and rock, often within the same song. He kept the chaos under control with razor-sharp timing, explosive fills, and an ability to shift styles on a dime. Tracks like Sunless Saturday and Everyday Sunshine showcase his knack for locking in with the bass while still pushing the energy higher. In a group celebrated for its wild stage presence, Stewart was the anchor, holding it all together while driving the music forward. That's 20 drummers down, and each one brought something unique to the table. From Nicko McBrain's galloping metal precision to John Wet Daddy Stewart's genre-hopping energy, there's no shortage of talent here. Which one from this set do you think had the biggest impact on rock history? Drop your pick, and the song that proves it, down in the comments. Number 21, Clyde Stubblefield. Best known as James Brown's funky drummer, he laid down one of the most sampled beats in music history, a groove that found its way into countless rock, hip-hop, and pop tracks. Clyde Stubblefield's drumming was all about feel, with a loose, behind-the-beat swagger that made even the simplest patterns irresistible. On stage with James Brown, he kept the energy simmering, creating rhythmic hooks as memorable as any guitar riff. Despite his massive influence, Stubblefield's name remained largely unknown outside of musician circles, even as his beats became part of rock's rhythmic DNA. Number 22, Mike Shrieve. At just 20 years old, he delivered one of the most electrifying drum performances in rock history at Woodstock. Mike Shrieve's extended solo during Santana's Soul Sacrifice was a masterclass in stamina, dynamics, and pure feel, locking in with the percussion section while driving the band to a fever pitch. Beyond that iconic moment, his work on albums like Abraxas blended rock with Latin and jazz influences, helping to define Santana's signature sound. Though his drumming left a huge mark on the era, Shrieve himself never became a household name, even as that Woodstock performance lived on in rock history. Number 23, B.J. Wilson. As Procol Harum's drummer from their earliest days, he brought a dramatic, almost orchestral approach to rock drumming. B.J. Wilson's playing on tracks like A Whiter Shade of Pale and Conquistador combined delicate cymbal work with powerful, surging tom fills, adding a cinematic scope to the band's sound. His ability to move from whisper-quiet passages to explosive crescendos gave Procol Harum a dynamic edge that set them apart from their peers. While the songs became classics, Wilson's name rarely appeared alongside them, a true case of the music outshining the musician in public memory. Number 24, Corky Laing. Joining Mountain in 1969, he brought a heavy, driving style that perfectly matched the band's thunderous sound. Corky Laing's drumming on Mississippi Queen was both relentless and precise, propelling the song with a groove that made it instantly memorable. Beyond the hits, his live performances were full of raw energy, pushing the band forward with an intensity that few could match night after night. Though Mountain's music left a lasting stamp on hard rock, Laing's role in creating that power often went unnoticed outside devoted fan circles. Number 25, Vinny Appice. When he stepped in for Black Sabbath during the Heaven and Hell era and later joined Dio, he brought a heavier, more deliberate groove to the music. Vinny Appice's drumming on tracks like The Mob Rules, and Dio's Holy Diver combined weighty, bottom-end power with precise timing, giving each riff a crushing foundation. His style favored muscular tom fills and a solid, driving pulse, perfectly suited for the darker, more epic sound both bands embraced. While fans of Sabbath and Dio know his worth, Appice's influence on shaping 80s heavy metal rhythm is still underrated in the wider rock conversation. We've just hit the final stretch, and the last 5 drummers are every bit as essential as the first. From Vinny Appice's heavy metal thunder to Corky Laing's hard rock drive, these players left grooves that still echo through rock history. Which one from this group do you think is the most underrated? Tell us in the comments, and let us know the track that proves it. Number 26, Carmine Appice. Long before heavy rock drumming became a spectacle, he was setting the standard. Carmine Appice's work with Vanilla Fudge, Cactus, and later with artists like Rod Stewart blended showmanship with serious chops, thunderous double bass work, dramatic fills, and a commanding stage presence. On Vanilla Fudge's You Keep Me Hangin' On, his dynamic shifts and massive drum sound helped turn a Motown classic into a psychedelic rock epic. He inspired generations of rock drummers, yet his name often lives in the shadow of those he influenced. Number 27, Paice. As the only constant member of Deep Purple, he powered some of the most influential hard rock tracks of the 70s. Paice's drumming on Smoke on the Water, Highway Star, and Burn combined lightning-fast single strokes with a swinging groove that gave even the heaviest riffs a sense of movement. His crisp snare work and intricate hi-hat patterns showed a jazz-trained finesse, making his style as musical as it was powerful. While Deep Purple's guitar and organ lines often stole the spotlight, Paice's precision and energy were the engine driving their sound. Number 28, Tommy Aldridge. Known for his blistering double bass technique and ferocious energy, he became a standout in hard rock and metal circles. Tommy Aldridge's work with Ozzy Osbourne and Whitesnake brought an aggressive, almost relentless drive to songs like Over the Mountain and Still of the Night. His live performances were a spectacle, powerful, precise, and often capped with show-stopping solos played with his bare hands. Despite decades of high-profile gigs, Aldridge's name doesn't always get mentioned alongside the biggest rock drumming legends, even though his influence on metal drummers is undeniable. Number 29, Steve Gadd. A master of subtlety and groove, he brought a level of sophistication to rock drumming that few could match. Steve Gadd's work with artists like Paul Simon, Steely Dan, and Eric Clapton proved that technical mastery could serve the song without ever overshadowing it. On Paul Simon's 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, his inventive drum pattern became as iconic as the lyrics, blending military precision with a laid-back feel. Though widely revered by fellow musicians, Gadd's name often stays behind the scenes, even as his parts remain etched into rock history. Number 30, Clem Burke. Blondie's genre-hopping sound, from punk to disco to new wave, demanded a drummer who could adapt instantly, and Clem Burke delivered every time. On tracks like Dreaming and Heart of Glass, he combined relentless energy with inventive fills, giving the songs a rhythmic personality that was just as memorable as the hooks. His stamina and flair on stage became a signature part of the band's live shows, pushing tempos and intensity without ever losing control. While Debbie Harry became the face of Blondie, Burke's drumming was the pulse that kept the band moving through every stylistic shift.